Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Sarah Kress.
And now we're taking a close look at that bomb cyclone forming out to the northwest of us. Now we're going to hear that a lot over as we're heading through the day. It's forming up pretty nice. We're also seeing a lot of moisture being dragged up from the atmospheric river, so we're going to expect quite a bit of wind from that cyclone and a lot of precipitation heading in as we're making our way through the rest of today and into tomorrow. We'll plan out when we can expect the heaviest amounts in just a second, but right now seeing some precipitation as we're heading over closer towards our coast, and then as we're along those Cascade passes, seeing some light snow into the mix. But one thing we're tracking extra closely that we'll see before we see a lot of that rainfall are those heavy wind gusts along the coast. As we're making our way through the afternoon, coast winds beginning to pick up, and they will be increasing as we do make our way over towards the east throughout the day, picking up more so as we head into those afternoon hours along into our west side valleys and into northern California, and that'll continue even as we do head into tomorrow morning. So these wind gusts mixed with a lot of that precipitation is going to make difficult, very dangerous, and almost near impossible at times. But we do have a high wind warning issued already starting as we're making our way over towards Curry County along the coast, expecting possibly some hurricane force winds as we're moving over along the coast. And as we make our way inland, do expect those gusts to be around 60 to 70 miles per hour, especially as we're heading into those higher elevations over into Klamath and Lake counties. A wind advisory also issued starting at 1 p.m. today for our valleys into Jackson, Josephine, and eastern Curry County. We could see wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. But heading back and seeing what we're looking like right now, 33 degrees over into Klamath Falls, 31 into Lakeview, over into Medford, 40, and along the coast, Gold Beach and Brookings, both 48 degrees today. It's going to be a rather chilly day, not warming up by much. Only a high of 48 as we're moving over into Medford, into Klamath Falls, 28, up at Crater Lake, 25 for today, over into Yreka, 43. So again, not warming up by much. So top of those windy, cloudy conditions, going to be a rather gloomy day out. But we also are tracking a winter weather advisory that's starting today, going until 4 p.m. tomorrow. We're expecting some very winter-like conditions, also a winter storm warning. So in these areas, especially that we're heading out tomorrow morning, we expect some very difficult travel. One of those areas that we're keeping a very close eye on is going to be this I-5 as we're heading down into northern California. If you can, avoid travel if you can the next few days. But taking a look at how much snow we're expecting with this system, at least through our Wednesday, a lot of that snow is going to be focused on those higher elevations, especially as we head over towards Crater Lake, about 24 to 36 inches. And as we're moving down into northern California, that's where we're going to see a lot of that precipitation as well, especially in those areas above 4,000 feet, heading down towards Mount Shasta, about 18 to 24 inches of snow. And even as we're making our way over into the mountains of western Siskiyou County, picking up quite a bit of snow. Heading into the rest of today, we'll expect to see rain pick up by the time we're coming home from work, especially as we're heading into Josephine, just starting to make its way over into Jackson County. Now heading over into those overnight hours, that's when we're going to start to see more of that heavy precipitation begin to fall, especially as we are heading down into northern California. And then tomorrow morning, as we're waking up for our commute, you're going to have to plan for some extra time, especially with those heavy winds blowing and heavy precipitation, even at times expecting to see 1 to 2 inches of precipitation falling at one time. And as we head through our Wednesday, nothing's dying down too much. Still expect some pretty rainy and snowy conditions. And as we head into the rest of the week, we're continuing to track another system, so expect a very wet week ahead. Taking a look at the next 7 days for the coast, windy conditions also warming up slightly as we head into our Friday and Saturday into northern California. As we're heading into tomorrow, snow levels are going to begin to rise. So by the time we're into Thursday, most of that precipitation is going to be switching over into rain. Same deal into the Klamath Basin. Expecting rain and snow mix as we're heading through tomorrow, and another system on Wednesday bringing back some windy conditions. Over into the mountains, same deal as snow is going to be likely though as we head into today and into tomorrow. Heading into Thursday, a lot of that snow is going to be focused at those higher elevations, but even as we make our way into this weekend, expecting very wet And as we're heading over into the Rogue Valley, a cooler night as we're heading through tonight, but we'll be warming up slightly. Windy even as we're heading into the morning hours tomorrow, then tracking that next system because we're even going to be wet heading into this weekend.